Hello everyone, welcome to the new academic session 2020-2021. Here I am Francis sir, your SST teacher to assist you in the learning process. I hope you all are safe and sound at your home. Today, let me take you for a trip around the globe. The planet Earth is our home, no doubts at all. Is there anybody in our class from the moon, Mars, Jupiter, any aliens? No, not at all. Okay, but how many of you know that the exact shape of the Earth? Okay, initially people believed that the Earth was flat. Really strange, is it? Then how we came to know that the Earth is spherical in shape? Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer, led an expedition. Do you know what is expedition? It means a journey to find out the location of a place that is not so famous. Okay, so he led an expedition to prove that the earth was round. In 1519, he sailed with 5 ships. Okay, in 1522, one of his ships returned to the same place from where it had started. Wow! Thus, he proved that the shape of the earth is round, not flat. If it is flat, the ship will never return to the same place. It will keep on going to some other places. Okay. Not only Magellan, several astronauts who have gone to the space also confirmed that the earth is spherical and slightly flattened at the top and bottom. So, today in our class trip, I am going to expose to you some facts about the globe, the exact model of our planet Earth, and some imaginary horizontal and vertical lines that are called longitudes and latitudes, and also some facts about the maps, signs, symbols, direction, etc. Okay, so get ready and happy journey.
Do you ever wonder what is exactly the shape of the planet Earth? Long, long ago, the people thought that it was flat like a coin. But later, when pictures were taken from the space, we got to know that the Earth is actually spherical, like a sphere. To make the study of this huge spherical Earth easy and on a smaller scale, geographers discovered globes and maps. A globe is an exact model of the Earth, showing the correct shape and location of the continents, oceans, and seas on a smaller scale. It shows the shape and location of the continents and oceans, as I said, and different places too can be located on a globe. We know all the continents are large masses of land surrounded by water, and oceans are large water bodies that separate the continents. A globe is very useful when studying about the Earth, but it also has some disadvantages. Larger globes can show greater details, but they are difficult to handle. A globe is difficult to carry from one place to another. A globe does not show the entire Earth at once. We can see only one side of a globe at a time. A globe does not show landforms, location of small towns, countries, and cities in detail. In order to overcome the difficulties of using globes, maps were introduced. Maps are drawing of a part or the whole of the earth on a flat surface. They are used to represent a small area, such as a city or town, a country, a continent, or the entire world. So, we can get more information from a map, and we can even carry the map anywhere just by folding the paper. That makes map more useful than a globe, isn't it? And a famous map maker, Gerardus Mercator, was the first to publish collection of maps in the form of a book called Atlas. An atlas might contain a variety of maps. such as a political map, which shows the outline of the important cities, states, and countries, and a physical map, which shows the natural features of the land, like mountains, plains, and seas. Apart from political and physical maps, there are maps with information about roads, railway lines, and airway routes, etc. It is not possible to show rivers, roadways, railways, temples, and schools on a map because it does not have enough space. Therefore, different signs and symbols are used to represent these features on a map. Colors are used to represent the different physical features on a map. For example, plains are shown in green, desert in yellow, while mountains and highlands are shown in brown. Oceans are shown in shades of blue. Now, let's learn about how to mark directions in a map. Most of you would have seen maps with an arrow with the letter N. Can you guess what does this arrow and N represent? Well, the arrow and the letter N represent the north direction in the map. In most of the maps, you will get to see the north at the top. If you know the north direction, then you can find the other directions easily. Let's see how. Well, the direction that is exactly opposite to the north is south. Next, the direction that is to the right of north and south is east, and the opposite of east is west. The direction between the north and east is northeast. Likewise, the direction between the north and west is northwest. Like between the south and east is southeast, and the direction between the south and west is southwest.
So,
Now, dear kids, let's have a look into this animation video to know more about the scales in the map.
This is a map of the state, and right here is where we live. That's okay, Gertie. None of the other pigeons have ever seen a map before either. A map is a kind of drawing of how a place might look if you were way high above it, like when you're flying. So this is where we are now, and this is where I want you to fly. Got it?
Tomas, what's with all the pigeons?
I'm teaching them how to be carrier pigeons. I already sent messages to Tia Rosa and our cousin Troy. I even sent one to the President of the United States. He's in Denver today. Ready, Gertie? Happy travels! Uh-oh.
If the message was for us, consider it delivered.
It was supposed to go to Abuela Maria's house. You're going here, okay, Gertie? Let's try again.
Maybe Gertie knows how far it is to Grandma's house and wants to get some rest first.
Far? Look at the map. Abuela Maria lives a lot closer than I remember.
Looks that way, doesn't it, Tomas? But look in the corner of the map. See something that looks like a ruler? That's called a map scale. It helps you measure how far apart things really are.
1 inch equals 10 miles.
That means 1 inch on the map equals 10 miles off the map. So, with this ruler, we can measure the distance from our house to Abuela's house. How many inches is it?
1, 2. It's 2 inches.
Now, let's use the map scale to figure out how many miles 2 inches is.
If 1 inch equals 10 miles, then 2 inches equals 20 miles. Wow! Abuela Maria's house is 20 miles away? No wonder you didn't want to go. That's kind of far. But maybe not for a pigeon?
I think Gertie just quit.
Me too. Maybe we should have done more carrier pigeon training.
At least you're learning more about maps. How far did you want the other pigeons to fly?
Well, I wanted Pepe to go to Tia Rosa's Our aunt's house is only 1 inch away from ours. So that's 10 miles. And Percy was supposed to fly to Denver to deliver my message to the president. So 1, 2, 3 inches equals 10, 20, 30 miles. That's not too far, is it?
What about our cousin's house? How many inches away is it on the map?
8 inches. Whoa!
So if 1 inch equals 10 miles,
Troy lives 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 miles away. The map sure does make things look closer than they really are. I think I owe some pigeons an apology. Sorry, guys. But if any of you feel up to it, I do have one more message to send. It's to Abuela Alicia, and she lives kind of far. Hey, where you going? Oh well, I guess I'll just send her an email instead.
at least you know she'll get it.
Like the Earth, as the globe is spherical, we can see only one half of it. A globe is not fixed, but can be rotated just like the Earth. The axis of the globe has two endpoints called poles. The one at the top is called the North Pole, and the one at the bottom is called the South Pole. Midway between the poles is an imaginary line encircling the Earth, which is called the equator or the Great Circle. This divides the Earth into North and South Hemisphere. A set of imaginary circles and semicircles run across the globe. The full horizontal circles are called latitudes or parallels, as they are drawn parallel to the equator. The length of the parallels decreases as we move away from the equator towards the poles. The North Pole and the South Pole are just points. The parallels are located at an equal distance from each other. Children, there are 181 parallels in total, 90 in the northern hemisphere and are marked with capital letter N, and 90 in the southern hemisphere, which is marked with the capital letter S. The North Pole is written as 90 degree north, the South Pole is written as 90 degrees south, and equator as only 0 degree. Here are some important latitudes: the equator, the Tropic of Cancer, the Arctic Circle, the Tropic of Capricorn, and the Antarctic Circle. These vertical lines are semicircles that run from North Pole to South Pole. They are of the same length. The distance between two meridians is maximum at the equator and keeps on decreasing as one moves towards the poles. The meridians cut the parallels at 90 degrees and help us to measure distances in the east-west direction. The longitude of a place is measured east or west of the prime meridian. There are 360 meridians of longitude drawn at an interval of 1 degree. The prime meridian is 0 degree longitude. 180 meridians are to the east of the prime meridian and are marked with capital letter E. 180 meridians are to the west of the prime meridian and are marked with capital letter W. 180 degree east and 180 degree west is in the same line and is also referred as the international date line. The latitudes and the longitudes form a network of lines or a grid on the globe and help us in locating places accurately on the global grid. Do you know, children? The largest globe on the earth is called Eartha. It is located in USA and measures 41.5 feet in diameter, and it rotates and revolves same as the earth.
So dear kids, we can have a summary of our trip in the form of a mind map. Let's recall it. So in this chapter, we have learned about globes and maps. So this chapter we can divide into two, that is globe and maps. In the globe, we learned about latitudes and longitudes. Latitudes and longitudes are the imaginary, horizontal and vertical lines. Okay. And then we learned about locating places with the help of a grid. Then come to maps. In the maps, we can divide the maps into two, that is political map and physical map. And we learned also about signs and symbols, directions and scale. So, hope you all enjoyed the trip of the globe. So, get ready for another fascinating facts. Till then, bye bye.